So welcome all of you. In today's session, we are going to see the probability factor or steric factor. Probability factor or the steric factor. So in previous lecture, we have seen the collision theory of bimolecular reaction. Collision theory says that not only the collision of molecules brings the chemical reaction. Okay, there are some assumptions in collision theory. First assumption is that reactant molecule must come closer to each other in order to react with each other. A reactant molecule must come closer to each other in order to react with each other. Second assumption, reactant molecule must collide on each other. Reactant molecule must collide on each other. First assumption, they must come closer together. Second assumption, they must collide on each other. Third assumption, reactant molecule must possess certain minimum amount of energy called as activation energy. Okay, when molecule possesses the activation energy, then and only then they brings the effective collisions and hence the effective chemical reaction. Okay, so the collision theory gives satisfactory results for simple bimolecular reactions only. The rate constant for such bimolecular reaction is given by K is equal to Z times Q. The rate constant for such bimolecular reaction is given by K is equal to Z times Q. What is Z? Here Z stands for frequency factor and Q stands for fraction of activated molecules. Q stands for fraction of activated molecule, which is given by Arrhenius equation equal to exponential of minus EA upon RT. Frequency factor is given by square root of 2 pi sigma square V n star square. Okay, here EA stands for activation energy, R stands for molar gas constant, T stands for temperature, sigma stands for diameter of the HI molecule, V stands for the velocity, and n star stands for the actual number of activated molecules. That we have seen in the previous lectures. So collision theory says that the rate constant of any bimolecular reaction is the multiplication of its frequency factor and its fraction of activated molecules. Now, however, by studying collision theory of chemical reaction, it is observed that above rate equation is not true for complex molecule. ओके, ही जी कोलिजन थिअरी आहे, ही कोलिजन थिअरी फक्त आणि फक्त सिंपल बायमॉलिक्युलर रिएक्शनलाच ॲप्लिकेबल आहे. ओके, सिंपल मॉलिक्युल सच ॲज HI, HCl, HBr, ओके एटसेट्रा, या बायमॉलिक्युलर सिंपल बायमॉलिक्युलर रिएक्शनलाच ही कोलिजन थिअरी ॲप्लिकेबल आहे. ज्या क्षणी मॉलिक्युल कॉम्प्लेक्स व्हायला चालू होतो किंवा बिगर व्हायला चालू होतो त्यावेळेस ओके दिस rate constant is not equal to Z times Q. Okay, when molecules turns complex, then this above equation is not valid. So read this. However, it is observed that the above rate equation is not true for complex molecule. So above equation need to be modified. In addition to the activation energy, it is assumed that reactant molecule must possess specific orientation during the collision. कोलिजन theory काय सांगते? नुसते मॉलिक्यूल मधली कोलिजन झाल्यावरती रिएक्शन होणार नाही. ओके, तुमचे जे मॉलिक्यूल कोलाइड होत आहेत त्या मॉलिक्यूलकडे सर्टन अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी असली पाहिजे. त्या एनर्जीला काय म्हणतात? ऍक्टिव्हेशन एनर्जी असं म्हणतात. ओके, आता कॉम्प्लेक्स मॉलिक्यूलच्या बाबतीत काय होतंय? नुसतं मॉलिक्यूलला ऍक्टिव्हेशन एनर्जी असून भागणार नाहीये. ओके, त्या मॉलिक्यूलला स्पेसिफिक ओरिएंटेशन असलं पाहिजे. म्हणजे रिएक्शन घेण्यासाठी ते मॉलिक्यूल उत्सुक असले पाहिजे. स्पेसिफिक ओरिएंटेशन म्हणजे काय? फॉर एक्झाम्पल, आता हे आपलं लेक्चर चालू आहे. ओके, तुमचं ओरिएंटेशन कसं असलं पाहिजे? जर तुम्हाला जाणून घेण्याची इच्छा असेल तर आपण असं म्हणू शकतो की यू आर ओरिएंटेड इन दिस क्लास. काहीतरी शिकायची इच्छा असेल तर आपण असं म्हणू शकतो की यू आर ओरिएंटेड इन दी क्लासरूम. जर तुमची शिकण्याची इच्छा नसेल, फक्त हाजरी लावायला असेल तर यू आर नॉट ओरिएंटेड इन दी क्लासरूम. ओके, जर ओरिएंटेड असाल तरच इथे जे काही चाललंय त्याचं ग्रहण तुम्ही करू शकाल. ओके, दॅट यू कॅन ऍब्झॉर्ब व्हॉट एव्हर इज गोइंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. आणि जर तुम्ही ओरिएंटेड नसाल तर इथे काय समोर चाललंय हे इट इज नन ऑफ युअर बिझनेस. ओके, सो in order to chemical reaction takes place, a molecule must have some minimum amount of energy called as activation energy, and they must have specific orientation towards the collision. Okay, the complex molecule reacts with each other only when they possess proper orientation before collision. The complex molecule reacts only when they possess proper orientation before the collision. Now let us see. There are examples of collision between two HI molecules. So what is meant by orientation? Proper orientation concept, let us understand. Okay, this is a figure A. Okay, in this figure A, these are two HI molecules. Okay, so HI, so this green part represent hydrogen and orange part represent iodine. Iodine is a bigger size molecule. Okay, so these two molecule are coming closer. हे आरो काय दाखवतात, हे मॉलिक्यूल एकमेकांच्या जवळ येत आहेत. ओके, पण यांचं आता ओरिएंटेशन बघा, याचं ओरिएंटेशन असं आहे आणि याचं ओरिएंटेशन टू दी राईट साइड अँड टू द लेफ्ट साइड. आता हे मॉलिक्यूल एकमेकांवरती कोलाइड झाल्यावरती काय होईल, कोलाइड होतील पण त्यांच्यामध्ये रिॲक्शन होणार नाहीये, हे प्रॉपरली ओरिएंटेड नाहीये, म्हणून काय होईल, दे गेट सेपरेटेड आउट. सो disoriented HI molecules approaching together. Okay, collision झाल्यानंतर, collision of disoriented HI molecule, after collision the separation takes place, no the chemical reaction takes place, so no reaction will take place in this case. In second case, look at the figure B. Two HI molecule, they are properly oriented. Two HI molecule, they are properly oriented and they gives rise to, here the exchange of electrons or exchange of atoms takes place. Chemical reaction होते म्हणजे काय, there is exchange of atoms or exchange of electron takes place. So molecule here undergoes reaction and they form the products H2 and I2 are produced. Okay, so properly oriented HI molecule approaching together, here the molecule undergoes collision and here molecule form the product. So formation of H2 and I2 molecule after the reaction takes place. ठीक, आता समजून काय घ्यायचं या कन्सेप्ट मध्ये, कुठलीही केमिकल रिएक्शन कधी होते, मॉलिक्यूल मध्ये कोलिजन झाल्यानंतरच केमिकल रिएक्शन होते, पहिला नियम. ओके, केमिकल रिएक्शन टेक्स प्लेस ओनली व्हेन मॉलिक्यूल कोलाइड विथ ईच अदर. दुसरा नियम, जर कोलिजन होणाऱ्या मॉलिक्यूल मध्ये सफिशियंट एनर्जी असेल, ऍक्टिव्हेशन एनर्जी असेल मॉलिक्यूल मध्ये, तरच ती कोलिजन काय होईल, इफेक्टिव्ह कोलिजन होईल. इफेक्टिव्ह होईल म्हणजे काय, ते इट विल अंडरगो द केमिकल रिएक्शन. इफ colliding molecule possesses the activation energy, then and only then they will participate in a chemical reaction. तिसरा assumption काय होतं इथे, नुसतेच कोलिजन होऊन उपयोगी नाहीये, नुसतंच ऍक्टिव्हेशन एनर्जी असून उपयोग नाहीये, तर मॉलिक्यूल मध्ये काय असलं पाहिजे, प्रॉपर ओरिएंटेशन असलं पाहिजे. रिॲक्शन होण्यासाठी प्रॉपरली ओरिएंटेशन असलं पाहिजे, तरच काय होणार आहे, केमिकल रिॲक्शन ही होणार आहे. केमिकल रिॲक्शन विल टेक्स प्लेस व्हेन मॉलिक्यूल्स आर properly oriented, then and only then chemical reaction will takes place after a collision. ओके, आता हे जे मॉलिक्यूल आहेत हे ऍक्टिव्हेटेड मॉलिक्यूल आहेत. ओके, वरच्या एक्झाम्पल मधले खालच्या एक्झाम्पल मधले दोन्ही ऍक्टिव्हेटेड मॉलिक्यूल आहेत अँड दे आर प्रॉपरली ओरिएंटेड. ठीक, ओरिएंटेशन असल्यामुळे काय झालं, त्यापासून केमिकल रिएक्शन तयार झाली आहे, आणि इथे प्रॉपरली ओरिएंटेड नसल्यामुळे हे मॉलिक्यूल काय झालेत, एकमेकांना रिॲक्ट न होताच सेपरेट झाले आहेत. ओके, दिस इज द इलॅस्टिक कोलिजन किंवा इनइलॅस्टिक कोलिजन. ओके, कोलिजन होऊन काय होईल, इट विल सेपरेट आउट बट देयर इज नो केमिकल रिॲक्शन. सो दिस इज द ओरिएंटेशन कन्सेप्ट. नाउ लेट अस गो further. So it is observed that molecules can react with each other only when they are properly oriented. Okay, just as we have seen now, it is observed that the molecules can react with each other only when they are properly oriented. Hence, the equation 1 can be modified as, okay, k is equal to p zq. हे इक्वेशन मगाशी आपण बघितलं होतं. Therefore, k is equal to p into zq. We need to add some new term in this equation, and this p is called as orientation factor or steric factor. P is called as, this is a capital P, is called as orientation factor or steric factor. Now, let us see the next theory, transition state theory or theory of absolute reaction rates. It is proposed by Eyring, scientist Eyring. So there are postulates of this theory. First postulates, read carefully. Reacting molecules absorb sufficient amount of energy called as activation energy before they react with each other and forms activated complex. Okay, remember this. So reacting molecule absorb sufficient amount of energy before they react with each other and they form activated complex. Second assumption, इथे जे ऍक्टिव्हेटेड कॉम्प्लेक्स तयार होते त्याचं काय होतं पुढे, अन ऍक्टिव्हेटेड कॉम्प्लेक्स इज अ शॉर्ट लिव्ड transient species, short lived transient species, and it is in equilibrium with the reactant. Third assumption, after formation of activated complex it slowly decays into the product, and this is the rate determining step. Okay, so consider a bimolecular reaction. This is a bimolecular reaction, A plus B, these are two reactants and they absorb the energy and they form the activated complex. This is the activated complex. This is a short living transient species. This activated complex then decompose into the product. Okay, this is a one single arrow. The concentration of activated complex is always in equilibrium with the concentration of the reactant. So here is the equilibrium constant. So Eyring gives the relationship between this equilibrium constant and this rate constant. This is the rate constant and this is the equilibrium constant. So the relationship between rate constant and equilibrium constant K is suggested by Eyring, and this is small k is equal to RT upon NH K star. This is a capital K star. Small k is equal to RT NH into capital K star, where small k is equal to rate constant, K star is equal to equilibrium constant, N stands for Avogadro number in per mole, H stands for Planck's constant, unit erg second, SI unit joule second, T stands for temperature, R stands for molar gas constant in erg per mole per Kelvin. So Eyring derive this equation, rate constant is equal to RT upon NH into K star. Okay, the factor RT/NH has unit of per second, so it has a frequency units, or we can say that this is the frequency factors. Now the scientist went off gives a relation between free energy and equilibrium constant, and this is known as went off reaction isotherm. Okay, which is given by delta G star equal to minus RT ln K star, capital K star. What is delta G? It is a free energy. Okay, what is free energy? Energy available to do the useful work is called as free energy. K, capital K is equilibrium constant. Now let us rearrange this equation for K. Okay, take this minus RT term to the left hand side. Therefore ln K is equal to minus delta G upon RT. According to the Gibbs-Helmholtz equation, the relationship between free energy, enthalpy and entropy is given by delta G equal to delta H minus T delta S. Star represent the equilibrium concentration. Here is the star also. Okay, so therefore ln K equal to, आता ही टर्म काय करा तुम्ही सिम्प्लिफाय करा, काय होईल, मायनस डेल्टा एच अपॉन RT मायनस मायनस प्लस होईल प्लस टी डेल्टा एस अपॉन RT. काय केलंय मी, ही टर्म काय केलंय, सेपरेट केलाय, छेद सेपरेट केलाय, मायनस डेल्टा एच अपॉन RT इथे लिहिलंय मायनस मायनस प्लस होईल इथे लिहिले T delta S upon RT इथे लिहिले. Okay, then this T and this T will cancel out, so remaining term will be delta S upon R, delta S star upon R. Okay, this is represent the entropy. So therefore ln K star equal to minus delta H star upon RT plus delta S star upon R. Now K साठी काय होईल, therefore K star equal to exponential of minus delta H star RT plus delta S R. Okay, this is the exponential term. Simplify केली तर जर पाया समान असता तर काय होतं. Okay, you can separate out that घातांकाची बेरीज होते. So K star equal to exponential of minus delta H star upon RT is equal into exponential of plus delta S upon R. Okay, now put this value of K star in above equation, we get small rate constant K is equal to RTNH into K star. Okay, what is value of K star? Exponential of minus delta H star upon RT exponential of plus delta S star upon R. This equation is known as Eyring equation. In examination question is asked, derive the Eyring equation. K is equal to RT upon NH exponential of minus delta S star upon RT exponential of delta S upon R. Okay, आता याचे applications काय काय आहेत बरं. There are three applications. Application of Eyring equation. It is applicable for complex molecule as well as simple molecular reactions. Complex molecular as well as simple molecular reaction. It gives quantitative treatment of steric factor P in the collision theory. Third, the value of reaction enthalpy and entropy can be calculated. And last, it can be applied to gaseous as well as liquid reaction. In liquid reaction, collision frequency cannot be calculated from kinetic theory of gas equations. Okay, so it is applicable for liquid as well as solution reaction. Now next, comparison between transition state theory and collision theory. According to the collision theory, the rate constant is given by K equal to PZQ. P stands for steric factor or orientation factor, collision frequency, and fraction of number of activated molecules. The Q value is minus EA upon RT, exponential of minus EA upon RT. This is equation number 1. Now, according to the transition state theory, just we have seen the rate equation is given by rate constant is equal to RT upon NH e raised to minus delta H RT exponential of delta S upon R. Now compare this equation 1 and 2. Compare this equation 1 and 2. Okay, so we will write Pz exponential of minus EA upon RT is equal to RT upon NH exponential of delta SR exponential of minus delta H RT. Now this enthalpy and activation energy both are the same. Both are the same. Okay, so we will consider it as same. So this term will be cancelled out. So remaining term is what? Pz is equal to RT upon NH exponential of delta S upon R. Okay, now in this equation, Z is collision frequency and RT upon NH have the same units. Okay, Z आणि ह्या टर्मला काय मगाशी आपण बघितलं सेम फ्रिक्वेन्सी म्हणजे पर सेकंड युनिट ह्याचे दोघांचे युनिट सेम आहेत तुमचे. So then we can correlate this steric factor with the entropy of the reaction. Then we can correlate the steric factor with the entropy of the chemical reaction. So transition state theory provides theoretical interpretation to the probability or steric factor. म्हणजे ट्रान्झिशन थिअरीचा वापर करून आपण ओरिएंटेशन फॅक्टर किंवा स्टेरिक फॅक्टरची व्हॅल्यू आपण काढू शकतो. ओके, दिस इज द concept. So this is a steric factor and this steric factor is equal to exponential of delta S upon R. Okay.